Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. So I am reading for the new moon in Virgo, which is happening in a few hours. We're pretty much in the thick of it, in the dark of the darkest of the lunation phase. It's a place, it's a moment filled with potential. It is quite amazing. So let's see what this moment can be. Genesis. So the origins of what? Of something big, of something small. It doesn't, for me, whether I say small or big, doesn't make it any less or any better. You know what I mean? It somewhat feels important, the size. The base chakra. Genesis is like the roots, right? So it's pretty much in line here. You could be looking at your dwelling, your house, your foundation, what you consider to be home, what you consider to be the place you always go back to. Solitude. And what is this one? Transformation. Well, the Genesis is about a transformation. So maybe you start by being in solitude. This is the place where it all happens for you. Somewhere in your home, you're quite isolated. You're spending quite a lot of time by yourself. And it's a moment where you're transforming deeply, maybe without even realizing just how much you're changing. Your dreams need a practical plan. So maybe you are thinking about what to do, how to do it. Maybe you want to, what you're actually transforming, if it's not yourself, if it's not a personal transformation, then you need to create something, create a plan in order to transform something. Could be your house. You could be making plans like, you know, blueprints for a new house or a new addition to your house, or just renovating, or just even changing one room in your house. Maybe one particular place or room, or whatever that place is, a particular place where you spend a lot of time alone or in meditation. The Empress is in the reverse. It's a moment where you're not going to see a lot of external changes. You're not going to see growth, quote unquote, but there are changes occurring during this period of solitude. It's just not visible from the outside. Let's pull the Four of Wands. It is your home. It's funny. Okay, it's obviously literally your house, but it could definitely be the place where you feel most at home. So take it as it resonates here. What's also changing is your sense of stability, the way you feel balanced out, the way you are able to, I don't know, just create a happy place for yourself as well, right? It's almost like, where do you feel happy and how do you feel happy? What shape does that take? So it becomes very symbolic. But it's shifting greatly. So what made you maybe once stable, the way that it made you feel happy, could be changing. It could be because you're moving. It could be because you are literally making plans to transform your house. But this house is like the genesis. It goes even further in terms of what it means for you. It means a new dawn. It feels like it will be laying grounds for something original. So I say original because of it's never been done by you before. Not necessarily by anyone or any, you know what I mean. So original to you. It's beautiful that it comes from a place where it feels sort of barren because the Empress is in the reverse. And because you're all alone here in solitude. It's the perfect place when you think about it because there's nothing. So you're creating from scratch. You can make it whatever you want it. It's pretty much the energy of the new moon at the moment, like a place where things are contained as an idea, but there's no growth apparent because it hasn't started. It feels like a little bit like that. And so here the transformation becomes the growth, becomes what will become apparent. And it points back to, this is a dream of yours. You have a dream either to have a house or to feel at home in a particular place or within yourself. See it as you want. Taurus is very important here because of the Empress, and this is a full moon in Taurus. I think this might be a cow. There is one here on the, but maybe this one is. It's hard to tell. It's a little weirdly drawn. But if it's a cow, if it's a bull, then it is pointing back to Taurus. So there's something very sensual. So part of your happiness comes through like feeling the sense, like having your senses being stimulated. So I think you love textures. I think you love colors. That's a side note. I mean, it's a detail at this point. Six of Cups is in the reverse. You know, the Genesis is where you have memories. Could be like your new home could have sort of a a feel to it that reminds you of your old house where you grew up. You might see it as a place where you want children to grow up. This is what happiness means to you. Here the Six of Cups is in the reverse. You could also have memories that are less pleasant, hence why you're transforming the house. It could be that it was less a place of, being alone. Maybe the children have left, the Empress is in the reverse. Maybe the house has become empty. It only has memories of, past memories or less pleasant memories. And you're trying to transform that. I want to see more about the transformation, the house. On the positive side, there's no stress coming with you. I think they were I have to put this card here because it belongs with the memories of the past that weren't so pleasant. There might have been a lot of dark nights, as in feeling very lonely, very, very lonely, no joke. The Eight of Pentacles, I think for the house, for the new house, when you transform, part of it requires a lot of work, a lot of money. You might not have all the resources, hence why you need a practical plan. I think you need a budget. That's practical for you. I don't think you have the means for what you want to change here. You're going to have to be very smart about it, quote unquote. Let me pull out of a different deck. I didn't see it. What is that? The Seven of Wands. Yes, you've been guarded. I think you're still guarded, by the way. I think you're very defensive. And I think you're defensive of your solitude, which is crazy. I think you actually defend that. I think it's something very important to you, but I think you do need to transform that as well. The Hangman in the reverse, you can't wait any longer. There's the moment has come. I think you do need to change your environment. And I think you have to revisit the things that make you happy and what you think makes you happy. And I think it has to start with your home, where you live. It has to start with how you live. I think you can even think about what solitude is, what it means to be living alone, maybe for you. How that becomes maybe the Hangman in the reverse there. It's always a moment where you should be learning something, but you don't always grasp what it is. So maybe you need to really think twice about living alone or how to do that happily. I don't think you've mastered that. Sorry to call you out, but I think that I don't think you fully grasp it, and I think it's still transforming for you. I think it's still changing. I think part of it is related to what you're able to change. Like, are you really physically able to change either where you live or how it looks like or what you'll be doing in your house to make you a better and happier person? If that makes sense. But the genesis is this dream of a happy place. It's a happy home. It's really the base keywords here. Happy home and happy at home. Yeah, happy at home. Regardless of your circumstances, especially here, no matter if it's not perfect. You know, that you always have something to work on, basically. It's an never-ending work in progress, right? It's always having to be fixed or upkept and improved. But think about that solitude piece. It does tie in. I think it matters moving forward and becoming a happier person in a happy home. Anyways, guys, hope you've enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you soon.